Hello everyone, I'm Kieran Fleming, the Executive Director of your Little Traverse Conservancy. Welcome to our virtual annual meeting for 2020. While we really miss seeing all of your faces, we look forward to meeting you in person next year when we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary. And that will be a great celebration. But trust me, you made some great things happen over the last year that you're about to hear about. Once again, COVID showed us just how much our preserves and trails are cherished, and this inspired us to work even harder and more intentionally to make sure that everyone who wants to get out on our trails has that opportunity. You'll be hearing more about our accomplishments over the last year in just a moment, but first some business regarding the election of our trustees. Thanks to Dave Patterson for the last 9 years of service, who will be leaving our board due to term limits. Thanks for everything you've done, Dave. You've been a tremendous asset to this organization. Board members that will be reelected for another term include Harriet McGraw, John Griffin, Dave Mengabeer, Ham Shermer, and Concy Pierpont. And we welcome Bill Roney to the board who was elected for his first term this year. Permanent land conservation, wise stewardship of the lands under our wing, and environmental education are the three things we do here at LTC, and we do them very well. This mission is accomplished by maintaining a laser focus, by empowering an incredibly talented staff under the direction of a diversely qualified board. But the biggest factor in LTC's success is you. You make all of this happen, so thank you. And now, on to what you have accomplished since we last met.
Hi, I'm Joe Graham, Land Protection Specialist with the Little Traverse Conservancy, and I'm here to provide a report on our land protection for 2020. Between August of 2020 and 2021, LTC has added 17 nature preserves and 1 working forest reserve. These properties total 1,240 acres and nearly 3.5 miles of frontage on roadways and 4 miles of frontage on rivers, lakes, and streams, just like this one. Each of these projects are special, but I'd like to highlight just a couple of them. The Elise M. Coomer Nature Preserve near Detour is the largest nature preserve established in the last few years. With 582 acres and several lakes, this property is a wildlife haven. In the last year, 2 of LTC's founders, Dave Irish and Boo Litzenberger, passed. Both have been honored through the creation of new preserves. The David Irish Nature Preserve is 60 acres along State Road, just outside of Harbor Springs. The Seabrun, Boo, and Diane Litzenberger Nature Preserve is 40 acres on M119 across from the 5 Mile Creek Preserve. For everyone involved, it feels fitting that these significant properties will now be part of the legacy of these 2 great men. The last year also saw the addition of 5 new conservation easements, totaling 2,328 acres. Nearly 1,800 of these acres were acquired with a NAWCA grant protecting significant wetlands in the Maple River watershed and over 4 miles of the Maple River. 455 of the acres were protected through our Conservation Investment Program, CIP for short. Through this program, LTC acquires properties and then resells them with a conservation easement. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our report, and thank you for all you do to support LTC.
From taking on a mountain biking trail and converting a former golf course to a public recreation and forest reserve, the stewardship staff has expanded the reach of our wise care of LTC lands. We employed fire for the first time this year at our Harris Working Forest Reserve. The tools we use for management can sometimes seem counterintuitive, such as the logging at the Waldron Fen Nature Preserve to remove disease in exotic Scotch pines, or creating a bench cut for the new trail at the Elizabeth Hoffman Nature Preserve. But these tools are effective in managing complex systems, and we employ them responsibly alongside the labor of love that comes with planting trees. Several thousand trees were planted over the last year, even amidst an April blizzard. Our greatest assets, however, are our volunteers. So many hours of smiles, companionship, and super hard work has made us very productive. We built a bridge at the Highland Preserve in just 1 day. We maintain over 80 miles of trail, nearly 32 miles of it requiring periodic mowing, and we attune our attention to the care of the rare and unique plants and animals that make our region special, diverse, and beautiful. the Stew Crew, the Do It All Crew. Another great year.
This was an extremely powerful year for our education program. The school year began with a national pandemic still looming. We were all apprehensive that in-person learning would come to an end at any moment. I couldn't be more proud of our education department and how we chose to navigate this past year. Since the majority of schools weren't allowing for off-campus programming, this year gave us the rare gift of time to focus on the growth and development of what is now named our Forest School program and build relationships with schools, which have in turn taught us so much. We dedicated our efforts to primarily focusing on a few schools that had natural areas within a walking distance and that were in more underserved communities within our service area. These schools included Alanson, Lake Superior Academy of the Sault Ste. Marie, Mackinac City, and Three Lakes Academy of Curtis. Seeing the same students almost weekly has made a profound impact on our connections with them as well as their connection to nature. A powerful project has been trail building with students. The connections students make to their place by really getting to know it and have a hand in how they access it has been remarkable. Building self-confidence, problem solving, and team building has been a beautiful byproduct of this project. Lake Superior Academy in particular is one school where our land protection efforts also came to fruition with the purchase of a piece of property right next to the school. The entire school spent their first visits to the property journaling and writing poetry. The students were given the opportunity to name the preserve, and ultimately we landed on the name Little Leaf for the nature preserve. This year is one for the history books for our department. Thank you so much for all of your support.
One, two, three.
You.
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 We.
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 Made 2020 a successful year for land.
Thank you.
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 Thank you.